Happy Valentine's Day! I'm Australian, so it's Valentine's Day over here. If it's not Valentine's Day for you, I guess unlucky Friday the 13th, I suppose. I am pink! I recolored myself, so I'm pink, just for today. Today, we're gonna play Scarlet Hollow Episode 5. I did upload my Scarlet Hollow playthrough onto YouTube, but I actually did a second playthrough on stream. A hardcore one. But I think I'm gonna start that one over. Like today I'm gonna continue my normal save, but the other save I'm gonna start over. But when it comes to my first save, I do want to note something. In case you guys don't know, the devs put out a notice on Steam explaining something about episode 5. Something from episode 2 is being changed. One of the changes to the game I'd like to highlight is a rebalancing of the episode 2 trait save. It is, in brief, it is now keyed to Street Smart instead of Keen Eye, but this change will only apply to new saves. So in my first playthrough, I did use Keen Eye to sort the situation out in the mines. And I actually do agree with them, like with their reasoning on why they're changing it, but I do want to continue my save, so I'm just going to continue my save. And how this will work, a trait save in one of the last 3 episodes that was previously planned to be keyed to Street Smart is now instead keyed to Keen Eye. Any new save files made after episode 5 releases will get an updated version of the episode 2 trait save that's keyed to Street Smart. This also applies to pre-existing saves, so long as they're before the branching point where the teens sneak off. So if you have an episode 1 save, I guess. Pre-existing save files from after the episode 2 dilemma will still experience a future trait save such as Street Smart. That is, those files will not be able to experience the future save as Keen Eye, since Keen Eye already had its opportunity in those files, and they will instead get to take an upcoming Keen Eye save as if it were keyed to Street Smart instead. So basically, if you have a save like mine, where you have Keen Eye and you already did the save, you don't get to do it in whatever this future chapter is. But if instead you had Street Smart and you missed out your chance to do the save, you will get to do it. I think that's a good way of like adjusting it, but yeah, they go on to explain why they make this change, which, like I said, I do agree with. It says, why did we make this change so late into development? We'll talk about it in a devlog down the road, but the spoiler light version is balanced from episode 5 onwards, especially when it comes to the desired secondary functionality of each trait. This swap moves Street Smart in particular much closer to its intended niche. In hindsight, the episode 2 dilemma felt more relevant to Street Smart, and making the swap means that the save should now feel much more active on the part of the main character. Similarly, the upcoming save keyed to the swapped traits feels much more in line with the fantasy of a Keen Eye. Maybe it was on the Discord, I feel like they said something like the Keen Eye save in episode 2, because I played the game blind, right? So when I got that Keen Eye save, I didn't even realize that it happened kind of thing. It is very passive. It is very much like, if you're in the situation and you have Keen Eye, you notice something that you otherwise wouldn't, and you don't make a choice to notice it. It just happens, and then it leads to a happy outcome. But you don't even know what the bad outcome is. If you're like me and you chose Keen Eye for your first playthrough, then it is like a shock if you go and do another playthrough and you see how like the actual dilemma, pops up, right? Yeah, I did it post-change, and the Street Smart episode 2 trait save feels much more well done than the old one. Now I'm I am interested to like check that out eventually, right? Because it was very passive. The first time I played it, I was definitely confused. I was like, you get these like visions of, is it visions or is it like suggestions that something bad is going to happen? And so the first playthrough I did, I was like, what was the bad thing there? Because it seemed like everyone was fine in the end, right? That's what I got confused about, but it's because it was my first playthrough. I didn't realize like that's how the game works. You have these get out of jail free cards. All right, let's get into it. Let's just get into it because I'm really excited for this. I've loved this game so far. It's so cool because I feel like I don't play a lot of visual novels, but I did try to make one once. I didn't get very far. Okay, I did not get very far, so don't even ask me for like the draft or anything. I was like in the planning stage when I was like, oh no, this is not something I want to do after all, because I feel like that experience of trying to make one made me realize like how much these games can like scope creep, how much the scope can creep up on you, because you know, everyone loves choices in video games, right? So you include a choice in your game. You want to have frequent choices in a visual novel, really. But if you have every choice have an impact and have meaning, then that is a lot of work for the coder, for the, you know, writers to keep track of and implement it as to, you know, have all these different routes. It very easily can turn into a lot, even if it doesn't really feel like that much, right? And so I feel like that's why we have all these choices matter, quote unquote, games that they do fall flat because it doesn't really feel like your choices matter. You know, you'll have a choices matter game and it's advertised with multiple endings, but then there's only 2 endings. But like, I understand why the games are like that, because it's an enormous amount of work, right? But Tabby Games, yeah, they are setting out to do what all these other games decided was too difficult, right? And I'm not disparaging those other games at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like they are taking on this enormous effort for the sake of making like a really choice-focused visual novel that is like huge. And they've even said like, yeah, any playthrough, you're not gonna see everything there is in the game because there's so much variance. Like, Tabby Games are so goated when it comes to branching narrative. They take on scope creep like it's a phono boss. Yeah, like I don't know what's in them, but I love it. I love it as a player. So, alright, let's do it. Let's continue the story of Comet. I need a recap. I absolutely need a recap because I don't remember every single choice I made. I kind of remember. I remembered the big one I made. Was it episode 3? I remember regretting that. And I feel like in episode 4, I regretted my decision as well. But I'm not going to go back. I'm just going to keep going. Let's see. I would love to see a recap. Thank you. It has been months. I played this game in October. Give me a full recap, please. All right. Let's go. These are the Slay the Princess creators. Yes, they are. This is episode 5, and the next part, they have said that 6 and 7 are going to come out at the same time. 6, 7, haha. I don't know when that will be because it seems like the chapters get bigger and bigger each one. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. Is there meant to be text here? Is this Gretchen talking? If I recall correctly, I think it was Gretchen saying something about how... I think Gretchen was warning us about Reese. This was one of those hints toward Reese being a little... Something's up with him. I think Gretchen was like, I don't like Reese, he smells. What is going on with the... I don't know if this glitch is like common or this is weird. I don't remember what was said here because this is a shadow of Kanika, but it's like in red, like it's an I don't know what this is. Maybe it's... I don't know, is this intentional? Am I forgetting stuff? Wait, is it because I drank the tea? Maybe it is. Oh my god. Is the game that smart or is this just a bug? I can't tell, cause yeah. I do remember drinking the tea and then the tea. There was a moment where we were talking with Dr. Kelly, and it kind of she was about to tell us something serious, and then it was like, shh, and we blanked it out. We blanked it out, right? You learn less information if you drink the tea. Maybe, I don't know, because if you drink the tea, it could be good. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the tea something's up with it, right? Something's obviously bad about it, but I'm like hesitant to be like, yeah, it's definitely bad to drink the tea. Because it might actually, there might be a benefit. Yeah, I don't know if the game is that smart that it's the tea messing with my recap, because like, because I drank the tea, so I don't know stuff. Or if this is a bug, I genuinely don't know. I hope I haven't forgotten what Kanika looks like. That was my girlfriend. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. Yeah, like I'm not catching anything what Kanika's saying. That's... Scarlet Hollow, it's Valentine's Day. Are you gonna mess up my romance because I drink the tea? Oh man. Oh, like yeah, I'm not getting... This has gotta not be a bug. Because if it was just one line of dialogue, that's why I thought what Gretchen said, that's why I thought it was a bug. But the fact that she's silhouetted is odd. That's not just a bug, right? Okay. Goodness, shit. You and Tabitha managed to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Yeah, like I've forgotten what my girlfriend looks like. Oh man, I got all dolled up for her, and now she forgot me. I mean, I forget her rather. Holy shit, you're okay. Thank God. Yeah, like just all of her lines are blank. I'm wondering what the line from Gretchen was. I'm guessing it was just blanked out because it was a hint toward Reese being sus, right? And obviously, Sybil knew about that, right? Sybil knew Reese was sus because Dr. Kelly literally went to her to be like, what do I do, right? And Sybil was the one to be like, you gotta poison him. So the fact that Sybil didn't tell us that, you know, she didn't warn us. Oh my god. This was our cute date moment and it's... I'm like, I don't know who that is. Oh my god. Oh, that hurts. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Blank? I don't remember her name. Anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. I'm like looking over to every scene with this shadow, and I'm just like, I'm upset. This is really upsetting to me. Like, oh my god. I feel like I really do like Kanika. I think she's kind of an unpopular character actually, but I really like her and I'm like, no. I'm going for it. Take a step toward the light. Yeah, I think this was my moment where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do what the hero does. I'm gonna be a hero protagonist. But then I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. 'Cause, like, is giving up years of my life really worth some people I don't know getting to, like, a place to live? Like, I don't know, man. Houses can be rebuilt. My life, my years of my youth, they're not coming back. So I'm a little like, oh man, I forgot your Scarlet is old. I haven't seen how it changes things. Okay, I'm excited to see it too. Like, as much as I kind of regret my decision, but like, yeah, I feel like I was pretty happy with the choices I made in episode 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I wish I did something different. No playthrough of this game can be perfect, right? The game warns you at the start, like, you can't save everyone, so... You can't save everyone, you may not be even be able to save yourself, and I definitely don't think I can save myself now. I feel like there's gonna be like a final episode, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, you know, everything's cool, you made all the right choices, except now you have to like go up a flight of steps without having a heart attack and dying to succeed, and then that's when I fail. There's something like that'll happen. You take this tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core. Like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. Ugh. See, I drank this tea, I've forgotten my girlfriend, and the tea didn't even taste good, guys. This was clearly the worst thing to do. Like, it's like, I feel like this is actually how it goes in these choice games, to be honest. Like, I make one bad decision, and it's just like a domino effect. Like, every other choice from that point is like the wrong one, because have I ever told you guys about the first time I played Detroit Become Human? I made a choice that got one of the main characters killed. Like, you know, I won't spoil the game, right? But basically, yeah, I made a choice that got one of the main characters killed, and because of that, it ended up getting the other two main characters killed, basically. That's right. That's right. I do remember this. I do remember Sybil, she says, okay, you've got an enemy, right? You have a choice of who you can suspect as the cat. In my first playthrough, I chose Reese because I did feel like something was sus about him, right? And Sybil basically says, oh, you can't be suspecting everyone you meet. Stop jumping at shadows. Like, she literally knows that Reese is like a monster person. She knows that because Dr. Kelly told her. But when I tell her, oh yeah, I think something's up with Reese, she goes, oh, don't worry, like totally gaslighting me, right? So I didn't like that, Sybil. What the fuck? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. You hand Dr. Kelly the tranquilizer darts. Dr. Kelly quickly loads them into her gun, leveling the barrel at her son. Yeah, this was another choice that I kind of regretted. I feel like this is kind of the worst outcome, right? Like, I've enabled Dr. Kelly to, like, keep Reese captive, which is not good for her, it's not good for him, I don't think it's good for anybody. Dr. Kelly kind of told us about how Reese was born, about how she was dreaming of some kind of, I mean, it sounded like a demon or like a fairy or something, right? Like a fae? It sounded like some kind of magical entity was like seducing her in her dreams, and you know, to her she was like, oh, it was just a dream, but then oops, she's pregnant, so clearly more than just a dream. But she's like viewing it like, oh, this is awesome, this is like a miracle. Which is like, okay, sure. She has baby Reese, and baby Reese is normal for a while, but then he starts to get a bit weird. He starts to get a bit like monstrous, and Reese, yeah. Dr. Kelly, she goes to Sybil and is like, what do I do? My son is a monster, what do I do? And Sybil is like, you gotta poison him, Smile. You gotta poison him. He'll be fine. He's a monster man. He won't die. He'll just like be weakened, and then he won't turn into a monster man and eat you. And Dr. Kelly's like, okay, awesome. But, you know, because she did that, and because we kind of like enabled Reese to find out the truth, that's when Reese is like, yeah, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her for doing this to me, which is like understandable. But like at the same time, I don't think you should kill your ma. I think she was trying her best. Alright, let's keep going. Oh my god, we're an hour into the stream and we haven't even done with the recap because I keep yapping. I'm really excited. This might be a long stream. Comet, I thought we were in this together. You sit on the log beside Stella. Comet, a ghost really did a number on you. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, trapped in that tiny windowless room. All his greatest fears realized, his body no longer his own. You stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. Yeah, like I said, I don't think that was a good thing. And then you think of nothing. Alright. It's time to continue your journey! The real game begins now. Wake up.